Okay, so apparently you guys don't like it when I post positive reviews since my views since Tall Girl have gone down 50%. 50%! So you know what? Guess I'm an angry YouTuber now. Alright, let's start the video. I genuinely struggled to get through this movie. It's honestly horrible. The characters suck, there's more holes in the plot than there are holes in the director's head, and the knight is just British Stig. And I hate Stig! So now, without further ado, let's desperately try and get my views back up. First off, the characters. They are all either average or bad. The knight is just perfect and for some reason doesn't get checked in to a psychiatric ward after he goes to the hospital. Also, why doesn't he care about being sent to the future? The biggest reaction he gives is slight confusion when he sees the radio. If it were real, the knight would start killing people and destroy everything in sight. And he would hurt the main actress for hitting him with his car. It's so stupid. Honestly, if it were me in his shoes, I would just kill myself. Imagine being sent to a time where everything you thought was impossible was just real. All notions of reality would be shattered. Everything you knew was wrong. If it were me, I would commit seppuku during the first 5 minutes. Now that we're done with the knight, let's talk about Brooke. Brooke is a stupid moron idiot. She spills coffee on Cole and hits him with her car. In one night. So naturally, she decides to let him live with her free of rent, and lets him borrow her car even though he can't drive and lacks a license. Also, why is she always smiling? She never gets mad, ever. Even when she's crying, she's smiling. She feels the need to say everything she's thinking out loud during the movie, like, don't treat me like an idiot, I can understand what's going on without you deliberately telling me. Whatever happened to show, not tell? Also, can we talk about the fact that this woman is a science teacher at a public school who owns a guest house manor with all sorts of interior design, Alexa, and a massive backyard? But other characters in the movie are just fluff and not worth talking about. They're just there to build the plot for the two main characters, but they suck too, so it doesn't work as an artistic choice. When a movie is about two characters developing a love for each other, they should be bearable to watch. This is a shorter point, but let's talk about the setting. The medieval sections of the film are just too damn clean. No slush on the ground, no mud, and even no litter. Even the old crone, who's supposed to be a homeless woman living in the woods, looks clean, and she also has perfect hair. Like, I can style my hair for 20 minutes, and it'll go away before I get to school, but for some reason, she can live in the woods and have better hair than me. Like, you see a show like Game of Thrones, and it's gritty and realistic in setting, and it's realistic to the time period, and has a convincing looking characters. Even the Prince Charming character Jamie kinda has a rough vibe to him. The movie takes place in Ohio, because God forbid they showed Canadian representation in a movie filmed in Canada, but according to the movie producers, Canada isn't real, so I guess movies are only in America. The Ohio locations are pretty nice though. And for my final point, why is everything so bright all the time? I swear, I had at least 3 seizures and 6 migraines over the course of the movie. Maybe if the settings were more realistic and less bright, I would have enjoyed them more. But moving on. The concept is alright, even though I've seen it a lot before. That is, Knight gets sent to the future. The story just keeps going on, and personally, I thought the movie could be about 30 minutes shorter than it actually is. The ex-boyfriend subplot goes nowhere, so does a lot of subplots like the neighbor flirting with Cole. He asks him out once and gets declined, and she instantly makes a 180 and tells him to pursue his true love. What? Maybe I'm biased because at this point I'm a little desperate for any sort of emotional connection with someone of the opposite gender, but even so, that's not how people work. Another plot hole is the fact that they call cars steel steeds, even though they are a lot more comparable to carriages or what are those things called? Whatever, the gladiator cars. Also, the old crone is really easily convinced to send Cole back. The plot is also as basic and predictable as it gets. I knew pretty much exactly what was going to happen at every moment of the movie. Of course, they were gonna get together in the end because it's a rom-com. I knew they would do something nice for the broke dad. I knew which scene Cole was gonna come back in, and I knew that something was going to happen to the girls when they left during the blizzard. Knowing everything that's gonna happen really makes the movie a chore to watch because there's no surprises to keep me engaged. Moving on. How the hell did a little girl get stuck on the frozen lake? When Cole was tracking them, they had to go far into the woods and cut through branches. And why would she go that far on the frozen lake? It's just moronic. Also, this movie somehow got away with a 71 on Rotten Tomatoes. Talladega Nights, one of my favorite comedies, got a 71%. How are these movies remotely in the same league? Every minute I spent watching this movie felt like a waste of time, with its unrealistic settings, bad characters, and generic story. That's why I'm giving this movie a 3 out of 10. Really bad, but it's kind of fun to make fun of. Also, I'm giving this movie the award for worst movie reviewed. Alright, I want to get rid of my stupid outro I say at the end of my videos, so I'll just end it here. If you want to put some suggestions in the comments below, I would use them in the next video. Also, like and subscribe.